What is sustainability in construction? And the bigger question is, why does it matter?
What impact sustainability have in wider part of construction?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of our mini podcast series on sustainability in construction. I am Vidya Vijayan, and I have here with me Mr. Sadequl, the director of CDC.
Thank you for invitation.
Yeah, sure. Um, so,
We are here to talk about sustainability in construction. So every week, hopefully, we will discuss the everything related to sustainability, and we will try to explain each and everybody who follow us what impact sustainability have in wider part of construction.
yeah, so each week we'll be discussing on a different themes. We'll start from the basic sustainability, sustainable materials to energy efficiencies and how it can develop into green practices on site. So I think that's what we'll
Yes,
discuss.
and as we know, there is a big part of green energy what we can do, or all the organization who are helping us to be on top of the government, all the world leader. They are putting a boundary to green energy and energy efficiency and all those sustainable, the construction. Not only this, the well-being of a construction worker as well we will talk.
Sure. So today we'll be starting with the basics. Let's start with what is sustainability in construction, and the bigger question is, why does it matter? So,
It does matter because it is I believe in constructions. So all the raw material we use is 40% of the world raw materials is used in a construction. So it is a bigger portion, I believe, it is related to the construction. So construction whole industry, from designer engineer to a daily labor, they should understand the importance of sustainability in construction. And we, as a project owner, the people who is a developer, even a small house owner, they should know when they do a refurbishment work or a bigger project, a multi story building. So everybody related to that, they should know what is their part. Only the time we can save, and we can obviously save the environment, we can save this carbon footprint, if everyone related to the construction are aware of their responsibilities. So and then I think we will have an active role to play.
yes, sure. And with that, I would just say, so when you say sustainability, when we think sustainability, it is not really about going green. It is about building responsibly, like he said, and uh, for a better future, so that whatever we do today, it's not just for today. It in another 10, 20 years, we should be able to look back and should feel proud about it.
Absolutely right. We should give our the new generation. We always hear from everybody, today's kids is the tomorrow's leader, but today we are the leader for today. So we have a legal, a ethical responsibility to perform our duty in a such a way, so we can leave this world to our kids, new generation. And like as you say, 10, 20, or 50 years down the line, when we build something, we should feel proud, and we should give this world a better world to tomorrow's leader, like our kids.
True that. And I think in sustainability, we all would have heard about the triple bottom line. So it's a very major concept. It's about people, planet, and profit. So what do you have to say about this?
Look, it is all about how responsibly you build, is people, and obviously planet and profit. We know construction, the people who will be a developer, they will obviously try to make a profit, but there is a ethical things to do. And I believe the government all over the world is trying to put some kind of a condition to how we build is not only obviously people is always people, because building you are making, either it is a demolition or you are making a building, you are building for people.
Exactly.
Okay, and then the planet, obviously we are within a planet. So whatever we do within our own planet. So we don't want to destroy our planet, and we don't want to put too much negative things like a carbon, and we don't like a dust. When we do a demolition, we don't want too much dust. So under a management plan of a demolition, or under a proper management plan of a construction, I believe we can reduce so much of carbon footprint, we can reduce the dust we produce, and obviously when we do such a things in a proper manner, then for a developer it can be a even more profit rather than a less profit.
True that. That's very true, and I think we should all look into such aspects for even for developers and even the smallest part people play in construction. If everyone is aware and is looking into such aspects, it's really good. And another question is like, so what makes sustainable construction? Like, if you think about it.
Look, sustainable construction is not something where you have to make such a in a like a step 1 to 2. It's not that. Sustainable construction in terms of sustainability is how well you design. And your operational manual is not only you demolish a building, you make a building, it how you use the building. Your like you can
The
how
life
good
cycle of the building.
life cycle of the building, exactly. And as a designer, you are an architect. So when you design a building in such a way, are you using that natural light? Are you you need to use a less light? Are you
passive strategies.
yeah, are you using a renewable energy? So then again, we save the planet, by reducing the carbon footprint. And the way you operate your building, from designer part, you give a proper instruction to like a user manual as well. So, and when you hand over to a developer, your design, how they build, the way they build, and obviously there is a lot of things to government part as well, how well of everything end up in a cost. So how cost efficient we can do that from, like, I think sustainable development is something where everybody have a role to play, and it's not only how we build now or how we build a building, is the way architects start thinking, the way even the construction worker well-being, how we can look after their well-being, mental well-being, and how those all those facilities, how equipped the building is. I think is in general everything, if you consider, then is only the possible of sustainable development.
I think I would like to pick on those points what you just said about from the conception. I totally agree. Whenever we start doing something sustainable, the first thing is a proper management plan, like you said. So from the conception of a project, from its operation to its life cycle end, totally it should be a package. And if you think properly, it can even also benefit to our circular economy. So I
True.
think that's the way to go ahead. And if you see like, let's say in case of materials, like how you said, we should be using recycled materials.
100%. So like one of the major things we know, metal. You can reuse the metal.
Yes.
So in construction, there is a huge use of metal. So we always can reuse them. And even the bricks, nowadays is obviously some of the architect came up with this raw brick. So this is a wonderful concept. So people like you, inshallah, one day you will have such an idea. So we can reuse the timber. Yeah, we can reuse bricks. Even the obviously metal is the maximum part we can reuse. So anything we can reuse, that's a saving. Is a saving for today, saving for tomorrow,
and for the planet.
True.
Okay. So, and like he's mentioned in his previous comments, we also do have certain policies, especially in the UK. There's a certain set of framework around which sustainability is booming, and I see there is a push from the government towards
Yes, it is.
sustainability as well.
It is.
So,
There is a lot of organization like RIAM,
yeah.
LEED. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is one in especially in India to
Yeah.
take a, I think world leading stage as well.
IGBC, yeah.
Yeah, so those organization is giving us a framework.
Mhm.
Those organization is giving us a chart, a the guideline how we can measure the energy efficiency of a building or of a project. So those are the guidelines. I think the British government is giving away a lot of the opportunities as well for a business people. If any company, like if they go green, so there is certain things, I think better than me on that. So those are the things you want to promote as well. So as a spokesperson from on behalf of CDC, what I want to assure our people, the British people, if you look after the planet today, so your kids, your grandkids is safer in tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, and is not what we do for profit is something what we do for a wider society, is what we do for our people, the generation to come. We want to tell whatever the information we have from these people, we want to give back to the society, because we are within a society. We need to think for tomorrow, our kids, grandkids, even beyond that, the world we receive from our parents, our the old like generation, we want to give it better. And I think start talking every week is a brilliant idea from you, and obviously CDC. We should invite the other people as well. The people are even expert on this.
True.
And then every week we should promote that in a such a way, so our people, the British people, should be aware of. I found in 20 years beyond in this country, there is a message. Is if you deliver a message, people will listen, people will act responsibly.
Yeah. I think that's a very good thought on the part of CDC and from you, I would say. And so when we come to the conclusion, since it's a mini series, we are going to keep it short. But uh, if I have to ask you, like, why now? Why are we doing this podcast right now at this moment?
I look everywhere. What we can see. Last week, you seen, what was the temperature? It is like unbelievable. I was in Bangladesh for like for Eid. So 10 days, I didn't find any difference temperature, but it's a cold country. It is England, so you cannot imagine how the weather is behaving. This is everything because of the carbon emission, because of the environment is changing. So if we don't take action today, so tomorrow we don't know what will happen. So is our responsibility when we realize, yes, we need to do something as a company, as a person. Yeah, we need to talk about sustainability, we need to talk about the environment, we need to talk about the greenage, we need to talk about a renewable energy. I found it, okay, this is the best time.
Sure.
We didn't do anything. We should, long time ago, 5, 10 years, 20 years ago, I should be coming forward and talk about this, but we didn't do it. So I'm sorry, but today I think from now on is the right time to talk about sustainability, talk about green energy, talk about green buildings, and talk about how and how we can give our future generation a better world.
True. And it's always better late than never. So I
True.
think it's a wonderful thought. And I would say it was a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you
And
for invitation.
sure. And I hope you all gained something out of it. Sustainability matters, the world matters. So let's all be responsible and play our part in the bigger picture. And I think, I'm sorry, thank you for joining us today. And I hope you like us moving forward. We are coming with more themes, and see you then. Thank you.
give you feedback, and build responsibly. Thank you.